Tuesday, June 23 is today, 2026. Good afternoon, everyone. Yesterday, I have a brief conversation with one man. He's from Kano State. He said he's an Hausa man. So, after we talked for some time, I told him that if you really want to understand what is going on in Nigeria, go and listen to Commodore Kunle Olaomi. He's an Yoruba man, a Navy commodore. He was a Nigerian Navy officer. And this man is the only man, singular. I'm making a singular statement. This man is the only man who wanted the issue of terrorism, Islamization, and all this insurgency to end in Nigeria. You know why I'm bringing this up? I just saw on the website of the United States government, the United States Treasury. I saw it on their website. They are designating Mokhtar Mohammed Bureau de Change. They are designating it as a terror financier of the Islamic State, that is ISIS. That this Bureau de Change is the one that is helping ISIS to change money, receive donation from abroad. The money is flowing there. Even though they want to buy weapons, they use Bureau de Change. Now, what the United States is exposing today, I learned that from Kunle Olaomi in the year 2021. Yeah. Kunle Olaomi said that he himself, with his team, arrested 400 Bureau de Change people who were working hand in hand with the Boko Haram members. But up to today, they did not charge them to court. They did not try them. So, I encourage people to listen to Kunle Olaomi. This is the only man that has served in the Nigerian military that have solution to the problem of Nigeria. I want you to pay attention. He used to go to broadcast radio station, but now he's not doing that again. To talk about what he saw when he was leading the Nigerian intelligence, when he was leading an operation, both the DSS, NIA, DIA. This man is not a man that's supposed to go to television to talk, because these are military spies. He has commanded warships across the world. He worked with Israel. He worked with France. He has worked with so many international military organizations. This man is an asset. But he abandoned all those things and violated his statute. And he went to national television to tell Nigerians that, listen, what is going on in Nigeria is an Islamization. DSS is aware. When I was leading investigation, I asked DSS to bring out document. The document and information DSS has, if they release it, Nigeria is going to burn down. This is a man who has led operation. You understand? With all these people. He is coming out to tell you that, look at, that the problem of Nigeria is Islamization. Go and listen to. He made a 1-hour interview on Channels Television. Another one in all those Info FM. Just type Kunle Olaomi. And he even have a YouTube channel, but he don't post it like that. He have about 10 videos there. You can go and watch. This man has helped Nigerians. This man told us everything. He is a very noble Yoruba man with integrity. Then, at the end, this man gave us an ultimate solution. He said, if we actually want this thing to end, I think the only solution is for them to divide Nigeria. I believe that this is the reason why this man they did not give him like Minister of Defense or Chief of Defense Staff, all those things. They retire him. After serving for 36 years, they retire him. He's a professor. They retire him. Like, this man knows Nigeria. Now, this man said that all this Bureau de Change, that these are the treasury of this terrorism in Nigeria. They are using them to do all sort of things. Then he made a statement on Channels Television. Why I'm saying this, because I want you to go and watch it. You understand? And understand more everything I'm saying. So Kunle Olaomi made another statement. He mentioned 2 banks that are working with Bureau de Change that they are using to fund Islamization of Nigeria. And he said we should go and look for who is the manager of this bank, who owns this bank. You know, sometimes the information we have about Nigeria is not what we can say sometimes. Sometimes you will say it might even put you into trouble. It might put you into trouble if you say it. But when I see people who have nothing to lose, like Kunle Olaomi and the rest of them, if they come out to tell you the truth, I don't joke with it. I don't play with it. So, these people were facilitating ISIS, ISWAP, and I'm going to give you the greatest shock about this situation. Guess what? All of them are living in Lagos. It shock you? All of them are living in Lagos State. Now, this is the puzzle. Recently, you have seen the infiltration of terrorists in Lagos. Lagos State is a place where nobody would believe that terrorists could attack. Yesterday, you saw a bomb explosion in Lagos State. Lagos State is a state where nobody will believe that such a thing is going to happen. What that means is that anyone who is sponsoring a Islamization or sponsoring all this terrorism, we also like for his environment to be the same thing. The person will also like for his territory, Lagos State, to also fall under Sharia. So, this is a very clear vindication about what Kunle Olaomi said, that the people who are the treasury of these terrorists are Bureau de Change. And he mentioned another two Islamic bank. Go and watch his video.
I've served the military intelligence for the past 35 years. It has always been the case. Our problem is religion and socio-cultural. I mean, people will expect me to come here and start talking about kinetics, about operation and so on. I've been an operational commander all my life. I've commanded warships, I've commanded troops, I've commanded men outside Nigeria and so on. But I'm not going to come to your station to discuss kinetics. The problem is not kinetics. In 2017, 2016, I'm always a member of the Security and Intelligence Brief at the Defense Headquarters. I said the center of gravity of Boko Haram and insurgency in Nigeria are the sponsors of that program. It was beyond us. Because the job we need to do is kinetics. Fight, destroy places, resolve issues. Yep. But we cannot resolve issue of sponsors of Boko Haram that were in Buhari's government, that we know them.
When you say we, who
I was in the military intelligence. Okay. And the defense headquarters staff that I work with, they know. And that was why we couldn't pursue that aspect that could have resolved that problem. Because you need to arrest people. And recently, 400 people were gathered as sponsors of Boko Haram. Why is it that the government has refused to try them? You remember this Boko Haram issue started since 2012. Yeah. And I was in the military intelligence that time. We arrested those people. It is my organization that actually conducts interrogation and interview. And they mention names. I mean, I can't come on the air and start mentioning names of people that are presently in government now that I know. Presently in government. That the boys that we arrested mentioned. Some of them are governors now. Some of them are in the Senate. Some of them are in Aso Rock. Why should a government try to cause this kind of embarrassment and insecurity to the sense of what happened yesterday? And the solution I gave them in 2017, because when I identified the center of gravity for General Lonshokin, and they couldn't pursue it, because some of them were ministers. And what I'm saying now, the Department of State Services are listening to me. They know them.
Yeah, Commodore.
So the solution I gave them was that if we can't pursue the policy strategic level, because the people that we need to talk to are also, going to be difficult to deal with. I said what they should do now is to conduct two things. We should buy blimps. The blimps are not UAVs. They are not drones. Blimps are equipment that can fly up to 10,000 feet, 30,000 feet, static if you want, mobile if you want, and they carry a lot of payload. We saw them in Afghanistan. We saw them in Kenya. This will be something that can give us real-time intelligence. And we can know where these bandits or terrorists, where they emanate from, when they finish operations that they've done, where they go back to.
Okay. Well, let's
They
pick
did
up on...
not buy this equipment up to. This government does not want to resolve this problem. They are escalating it because of tribal and religious sentiments.
So when you say this government does not want to resolve it, don't forget the same government has purchased, in fact, they're going to induct the Sopeto Kano jet because of, the insecurity situation. They have, the president has had to change guards, as it were, as a result of people's clamor. I imagine if that was not in the thinking, why would you go that length to make some of the, some of the pronouncements, the meetings that have happened, the purchase, the change of guard and the rest? Why would they do all that if they don't want to sort this?
Because that is not the solution. What you just mentioned is not the solution. When you have a problem at policy level, strategic level, operational level, when you have a problem, what you need to do is to identify the center of gravity of that problem and attack it. That's what you do. What they are doing is not attacking the center of gravity of the problem of Boko Haram and insurgency. So if the president is buying Super Tucano, is changing service chiefs, that is not the solution. We are looking at the wrong side. It's not kinetic. It's politics.
Are you ruling out kinetic altogether?
I can't rule out kinetic because
so it's
a spectrum. It's a spectrum, so you can't rule out something. But the center of gravity is what they should look at. And what is it? I'm saying it on this channel. It is the sponsor of Boko Haram and bandits.
And speaking about the sponsors, when you say the DSS, and they could be listening to you, but so they profile, part of their responsibility is to profile all of these persons before they either vie for elections or before, they are nominated for any of these positions. Doesn't that happen? Don't they get intel and say, look, this and this is what we found, and then we don't think that this should proceed further? Doesn't that happen?
It does. When I worked with the DSS in 2007, because when Yaradua approved the operational order that we did, we now have to work together as a team. He actually forced all of us to sit down together and work together. I was surprised at the tremendous amount of information had by DSS. I was shocked. We in DI, I was in Defense Intelligence Agency, and when they were forced to bring out the files, I was shocked. They have so much information at DSS presently, as I'm talking about what I'm talking about. They have. But you see, if a fish is going to get spoiled, it's going to start getting spoiled from the head. The DSS will not do anything except the commander-in-chief's body language shows that this is the direction I want to go. That is where the problem is. The DSS has tremendous information. By the time 2023 is here and somebody take over and wants to undo some of this evil that I've seen in this country, you'll be surprised names that the DSS will bring out. They have the information. There's nothing I'm going to say here that they don't have. The defense headquarters have the solution for the kinetic aspect. They do. I'm not going to come here to advise them. I work with them and they're still there. The chief of naval staff was in the intelligence with me. We were together in Defense Intelligence Agency. That's Vice Admiral Gambo. I know these people are good. They know what to do. It's not that they have problems. It has to do with politics, the sponsors, people that feel that this country should be Islamized.
Assuming but not conceding that, that all of this is the case. So what is the end game? Because I imagine as a strategist, that's what you think about too. So these things are happening. What is the end game? So why will this be allowed to fester? For what purpose?
The end game for them, because normally when you want to look at this type of challenges, what you do is that you go through what we call the intelligence circle. Okay? When you do the processing and you do the analysis before dissemination point, you discover that the end game for them is to just turn this country into like a Taliban type of country. And it's a mindset. And anything goes. In other words, 10% casualties, 20% casualties is allowed in trying to achieve the end game of Islamizing this country.
That's for the terrorists, the bandits.
It's not for the terrorists and the bandits, for the sponsors. Because I told you, and I will repeat on this channel, the sponsors of Boko Haram and the bandits are the problems. And defense headquarters, the army headquarters, the naval headquarters, the air force cannot do anything about that. Buhari has to do something about that. The Interpol has the list of those people that are sponsoring Boko Haram. I work with Interpol. They should ask, if they don't know, they should ask. The government of Dubai, they have the list of those people. During the trial of those people that were caught, names were mentioned. They have the list. The government also told us that they've arrested 400 sponsors of Boko Haram. Why should the government not try those people and bring peace and harmony and safety to this nation? Why won't a government do that? Those people that are going to harass cadets and officers in NDA, they live around the place. I know NDA very well. I was in Georgia, I was in NDA as young officers, and I know the area very well. They live around the place. So why can't you put up a blimp that can see what they are doing in real time and eliminate them? Why won't you do that?
In fact, there were more details saying that some persons slept up, but we'll come to that hopefully. Marco has got some questions for you.